Okay, so I watched this entire video. This AI video generator will blow your mind, although it had a different title when I watched all of it. And so by AI Search, that channel. And so this is about Seedance 2.0. And there are a lot of big changes in what you can do with AI. And AI Search has done this spectacular showcase of all the things that can be done with Seedance 2.0. And now the whole video is about 30 minutes. I am going to only watch the first 15 minutes because I think that really gets the point across, and also it prevents me from feeling like I might be doing a parasitic reaction. I want to encourage you to watch the whole video at the original creator's channel, AI Search, because that's the only way that you can get the full experience. But I'd like to share the first 15 minutes of this video with you, and because it just really, when it says this AI video generator will blow your mind, that is not clickbait. That is the truth. That is an absolutely truthful title right there. It looks like clickbait, but it is not. It is the truth. It will blow your mind. So yeah, I had been watching Nick Shirley for a while, and I'd really like to stay there. But I've got a whole bunch of reacts I need to work on, and so I can go watch this later when it's not live anymore. Had to leave that and start watching this thing. So so let's go back to the very beginning, 0 seconds, and let's take a look at this one.
The following is completely made with AI.
Oh, the Monkey King and Captain America. Yeah, it's all of these look like they're from real movies. Okay, let's keep going.
As you can see, this new AI video generator is absolutely insane. It nails physics, anatomy, high action scenes, camera movements. It has a great world understanding. It's not even close. This is by far the best model out there right now. It's called Seedance 2.0 by
Yes, this is the stuff. Seedance 2.0 is the name of this new AI video generator. Okay, so let's keep going.
ByteDance, and in this video I'm going to go over all the cool things that you can do with it. Let's jump right in. Now at the time of this recording I have early access. When they release it, you'll basically be able to access this on CapCut's Dreamina platform, which should look something like this. Let me just quickly translate this to English for you, but basically you can click on video generation, and then here is where you would be able to select Seedance 2.0. Now, they actually give you a few different options. One is called all-round reference, and here's where you can upload images, videos, or audio of whatever you want to input, and then reference them in your prompt. And then we also have first frame, last frame. This is pretty self-explanatory. Here's where you would enter the first frame, and here's where you would enter the last frame of your video. But then they also have intelligent multi-frame, and then finally they also have this main reference feature, but currently these two features don't actually support Seedance 2.0, so we're gonna skip it for this video. Anyways, let's first start with this first and last frames feature. And then here I'm gonna enter two images. So I'm going to enter this image as the start frame and this image as the end frame, and then I'm going to write these are the opening and closing scenes of a fight scene in a...
Oh, yeah. This thing that we're about to watch is just amazing. Amazing. Okay, let's keep going.
Casino. Based on these two scenes, generate a smooth sequence of a man in a white kung fu outfit fighting several men in black suits. Use different shots and perspectives to create a more cinematic feel. Intense fight, high action. And then note that here I can choose the aspect ratio, but if you enter first and last frames, then it automatically uses the aspect ratio based on your images. And then here I can set this up to 15 seconds. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let's click generate and see what this gives us. How crazy is that? I am just already so mind blown by this first generation. It can generate an entire coherent fight scene just from my two reference images. The physics look accurate, it's very high action, it's coherent between all these different clips, the audio is perfect. This is really good. Like, this is the only video generator so far that can actually generate a good looking fight scene. By the way, if you notice for my initial input images, it's not really a close-up of this dude's face, but it just decided to make the main character look like this guy, which is pretty funny. I'm sure these movies are definitely part of their training data. But anyways, there you go. Here's already a super impressive fight scene from just a first and last frame. Now, this can do way more than that. So let me get rid of these first and last frames. And instead, what I'm going to do is show you this all-round reference feature. So here, you're not entering a frame, but you just need to enter reference images of any characters or objects or backgrounds, and it would generate a full video for you. So, for example, I'm going to input this photo of Naruto and this photo of Satoru Gojo, and then let's write these two characters, Naruto and...
Oh yeah, this thing that's coming up is also pretty cool. And one of the things that it makes me think about is that Seedance 2.0, people are basically going to go through, like, you know, fanfiction.net and Archive of Our Own and all those places, and they're going to get like all the most popular fan fictions in there, you know, including crossovers like Naruto and Jujutsu Kaisen crossovers and stuff like that. And they're going to make like hundreds of them, possibly even thousands of those things into animes. They're going to do that. That's what one of the things people are going to do with this program. Okay, let's watch it. It's very exciting.
And Satoru Gojo are fighting in a desolate cratered landscape. Anime style, an intense fight, high action, dynamic movement. Now, because I'm using this general reference feature, I can now select the aspect ratio that I want. Let's continue with 16:9, and yes, let's do 15 seconds, and then press generate. Alright, and here's what I got. How crazy is that? It generated a complete legit anime fight scene between these two characters. And notice the character consistency is really good. It follows my reference images exactly. The actions, the VFX, the audio, everything just looks perfect. Like, this looks like a fight scene straight from an anime show. My friends, the era of AI indie filmmaking is here. Now,
Yeah. So, the Gojo here does not look perfect to me, but, you know, he's 99.9% perfect. So, this is the level of animation quality that you see in a lot of, you know, professional real animes. In fact, you often see a lower animation quality in professional real animes. So this is extremely exciting stuff here.
Anyone can create a full movie or anime just by prompting an AI themselves. Here's another trickier example. I'm going to upload this photo of a character and this photo of a character. Notice that both of these have really complex outfits. This is intentional because I really want to test out its character consistency. And then I'm also going to upload this photo of a Chinese courtyard. And then let's write these two characters are having an intense fight in this ancient Chinese courtyard. High action, dynamic movement. Again, I'm going to select 16:9. This time, let's just select 10 seconds and then press run. And here's what I got from that. Alright, again, super impressive. It was able to get the looks of both characters plus the background correct. Now, there are some very minor flaws with the physics here, especially near the end where there's suddenly an extra sword. So it's not perfect, but again, comparing this to the other top video generators out there, it's not even close. None of the other ones could generate a legit fight scene like this. Now, we can even...
Yeah, I barely even noticed the extra sword, but yeah, it's this is bringing things to the next level, and just kind of imagine how far things are going to be in another year from now. Oh wow. Okay, let's go.
Take this a step further. Instead of just uploading a background, if you're in 3D animation, then this is going to be a game changer for you. You can design a scene first in your 3D studio, so this gives you absolute control over how you want the characters to move and how you want the camera to move as well. Well, I can just input the scene into Seedance and then also input the same two characters as before. And then for the prompt, let's write something like a fight between, and then I can also type the @ symbol to select the character. So let's select this one and then this one, and then I'm going to write they are fighting in a forest. Use the motion of the reference 3D video, and just to make sure it's actually following the movements exactly, I'm also going to write use the camera movement in the 3D video as well. And then this time, let's just set it to 13 seconds because my reference video here is around 13 seconds. And then let's press generate. All right, here's what I got from that. Oh my goodness, I'm just so mind blown by the abilities of Seedance 2. Like, this is absolutely crazy. And this time there are very minimal errors. There's no like extra swords, and that's because I've inputted this 3D video so it follows, the movements of the characters exactly. I mean,
yeah, think about this. If you're able to do these 3D kind of, like templates for the character movements, then you'll be able to control the fight exactly the way you want and probably be able to get it to be error-free. And that is a real game changer, especially if you want to do like long scenes, like a 20-minute anime episode. Being able to do this is, this is incredibly radical change and progression. Okay, let's keep watching. I'm very excited. I keep pausing it, but let's keep watching.
Everything looks so damn good, and the character consistency is unreal. Like, it follows the design of my reference images exactly. I'm not sure what magic they used, how the hell they designed Seedance 2.0, but this model is just unreal. Or here's another fun example. I'm going to upload this scene from Severance. This has quite tricky camera movements with a ton of zooming and orbiting, and instead of this office scene with a man, let's generate a live action Spirited Away. So I'm going to upload a realistic version of Chihiro, plus I'm going to upload this background of some ancient palace, and for the prompt, I'm going to write Chihiro is running through this background, and the character and camera movement should follow the Severance video exactly. Now, because the Severance video is 15 seconds, I'm also going to set this to 15 seconds down here. Let's press generate. All right, and here's my result. Very nice. You can see it doesn't really follow the camera movements exactly, but it's pretty close. And again, the consistency is just unreal. It looks exactly like my reference character plus my reference background. Now, you can also upload a reference video to Seedance to transfer the exact expressions and emotions onto a new character. For example, let's say this is the original video and you upload this image. Here's the result. Notice that it's able to transfer the original video's expressions and emotions over perfectly. Or here's another example where...
Yes, look at this. Look, and did you notice any errors in this woman's face in the AI generated video? It looks to me like it's error free. Or I mean, well, maybe when you pause it there's a little bit of error, but as long as it's moving and you're not pausing it, there's no error that I can detect. Yeah, this is going to be really incredible.
We can use this input video to transfer the camera movements over onto this new image. And here's what we get. So if you want to copy, how another video was shot, now it's extremely easy to do so with Seedance. Let's bump up the difficulty even further.
You know what? I think, let's go back a few seconds to the car video. I think one of the things that's going to happen is people are going to have those weird little, I did it first fights over camera movements that have been in hundreds of different movies. And then someone's going to use that camera movement in an AI video, and they're going to try to pretend like no one else can use that and start all kinds of drama and fights online over it. And there'll be all kinds of things like that happen. Like, what was it? There have been so many fights like that over small things. Like, there have been so many like deviant artists who thought that they owned a particular pose and no one else could have a character in that pose, or they owned all color schemes that had stripes and a particular two colors, so it didn't matter who else used that color scheme. They were all impinging on their rights, and all kinds of silly drama like that. I think there's going to be a lot of camera motion drama in the future, which will be, very pedantic and unwarranted, but it will happen. It will happen. Okay, let's keep going.
Even further, I'm going to just upload.
Oh yeah, and then this one, you might not recognize it, but it's actually from the newest Death Note one-shot that is set, I think it's like 10 or 20 years after the events of the original Death Note. So it's not the first Death Note one-shot, it's the newest one. And so a new character gets the Death Note from Ryuk as he rises up through the floor. And so they're going to use this comic as let me just let the guy do it. Let's go forward and he'll show you what he does.
This manga page, and let's get it to make an anime video from this reference. Include all the scenes in the reference. Let's see if it can figure this out.
Nope.
Alright, that was pretty good. Now, it's not perfect, especially near the end there. It didn't follow the manga panels exactly, but it got most of the scene correct. I mean, with this tool, now anyone can easily convert a manga into an actual anime show.
Yeah, I noticed that it got Ryuk's face really wrong, because instead of using this, which is what his face actually looked like, it used like this and this as the major reference for what his face would look like from the front, when here his face is hidden in shadow so that you can't really see the features, and this is what it really should have used as a reference for what the face looks like from the front. So yeah, there was more error in there than this guy let on. But not much error, and I bet it's something that you could fix with, better prompting and repeated attempts. Okay, so let's keep going.
This is pretty crazy. Here's a generation from another user.
Okay, and then this manga, I do not know it, so this is one I do not know.
Where they also inputted this manga page, and it was able to render a pretty decent clip of this page. Now again, it didn't follow the panels exactly. Like for example, it added an extra zoom up to a guy's face at the end there, which wasn't part of the manga, but it's pretty close. Now using the same logic as a manga page, you can also upload.
Yeah, so look, this is going to be, okay, let's let him talk. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
Load a storyboard, or basically a grid of different frames that you want to use, and prompt it to generate an MV from that. So for example, here the user inputted this and then prompted it to generate a Y2K pop style music video.
You think you're tough, you think you're strong, you're just a copycat singing my song.
Absolutely unreal. It's able to...
Yeah, and I think the lyrics she's singing here are very ironic because she's an AI generated pop star, and she's talking about, oh, you're just a copycat. Yeah, the really hilarious lyrics to give her for this song. Okay, let's keep going.
To actually generate all of these frames plus get her to sing some pop song. Now the song isn't particularly good, but you can also input a reference audio, as I'll show you in a second. Or here's another example where this user just uploaded this storyboard, and here's what happens. OMG, this has got to be the biggest inflection point for AI video. Honestly, now anyone can just create their own movies with this model. You just need to be the director. You just need to prompt the AI to plan out a storyboard and then plug it through this to actually generate the video. Now, instead of inputting some references, let me also show you some just simple text-to-video examples. Notice that if I use this general purpose feature, then it doesn't actually allow me to use text-to-video. What I need to do is actually switch to this first frame, last frame mode, and then I can enter text-to-video. So let's test a 3D Pixar example, and this is going to be my classic princess running away from a dragon test. So the prompt is...
Oh yeah, this test is going to be really spectacular. I want you to see this. Okay, let's keep going.
3D Pixar animation, a princess wearing a glittery white dress running away from a massive dragon with glowing red eyes. Now that's just my standard prompt, but since this can actually generate a full coherent story with multiple shots, let's bump up the difficulty. I'm gonna write the dragon breathes fire, which ignites the ground and foliage behind her. Then she reaches a river and quickly jumps onto drifting debris to cross. The princess then looks back to see the dragon roaring in frustration as it can't cross the river. So it's kind of like Charmander, you know? It can't get wet. Anyways, here is what I got.
Yeah, and see the, she looks like Rapunzel, and the dragon kind of looks like Toothless. Not exactly, but kind of. Okay, let's go.
Oh my god, guys, I'm just totally speechless. It followed my prompt exactly. You know, these are quite complex instructions, but it understood everything. The princess is first running away from the dragon then does breathe fire to ignite the ground behind her, then she does reach a river and jumps on drifting debris to cross. And then the princess does look back to see the dragon roaring in frustration. It followed my prompt exactly. And again, this is like the best Pixar generation that I've seen from any video model so far. It's not even close. The actions, the audio, everything is just perfect and so coherent. Alright, here's a fun one. A commercial for Bad Breath Spray. It smells like hard-boiled eggs and despair. Use it to maintain social distancing and personal space. The ad features a businessman spraying it on the bus so everyone immediately moves away.
Okay, so this is going to be really funny, and I think that videos like this will quickly become very common on YouTube. Let's keep going.
Perfect product for introverts. So again, this is just a simple text-to-video example. I'm going to set it to 15 seconds and then press generate. Alright, here's what I got.
Personal space. Guaranteed.
And it nailed it. This is like a perfect commercial from just one prompt.
Yeah, that's a perfect fake commercial, and I really love it. It's hilarious. And I think I recognize this guy. I think he's actually, just like it took the face of that one Chinese actor and put him on the kung fu scene in the casino, I think that this guy is someone who's been in a lot of commercials, so it decided to put his face on there. I don't recognize who this is, but he looks really familiar, and I think he has been in a bunch of commercials. Oh, and the AI did mess up as bad breath spray. I think you're supposed to spray it into your mouth, and he just sprayed it into the air. But then again, the prompt wasn't really clear about that, so that's okay. That's just a tiny little error, and it doesn't really make the commercial less funny. Okay, let's keep going.
With very little guidance. It's even able to automatically generate the product with the text. Now, the text could be improved a bit better, especially the subheading. There is some noise with some of the letters, but as you can see, the ad is actually designed very well. It followed pretty much everything that I specified. It's safe to say that this is even better than Sora 2. Alright, now that was just a fun fictional example.
Okay, so we are, just like I said, we're 15 minutes of a about 30-minute video, so I'm going to stop watching right here, but I have watched the rest of it, and I can tell you there's a lot more demonstrations that show some of the interesting effects that you can get with this. And he tries harder and harder to make it mess up as the video goes on, and just shows you some of the things that it can do, and it's really interesting. So please do go in the description of this reaction video so that you can see, you can find the link to his entire video. It's going to be amazing. I think we're all going to experience this kind of stuff, even if you're against this and you don't want this to happen. It is going to happen, and so you should be thinking about how you're going to deal with it. And if you're happy that it's happening, then yeah, you're probably just as excited as I am, and yeah, it's just absolutely incredible stuff. Yep, so incredible. Really like all this stuff, and the dragon, and she looks like Rapunzel, but not exactly, but generally, really like all this. So definitely go to AI Search's channel and watch this video. Links in the description. Really enjoyed this stuff. So cool, so cool.